What's up, dummies? So this video has been going viral around YouTube recently. It says the scariest urban legends that turned out to be true. I'm pretty sure urban legend is kind of like a conspiracy theory. So I think these are gonna be the craziest conspiracy theories that have ever been proven true. Let's find out what this is. Let's go.
In the 1970s, there was a horrifying discovery that what the Carnival Funhouse presented as a creepy prop was actually a real human corpse.
Wait,
the story
what?
claims that the mannequin had been hanging as a decoration for years, with thousands of people passing by, taking photos, and even touching it without
Wait, he just said that there was this Carnival Funhouse. If you've ever been to one of those fun houses, you just go through and there's a bunch of mirrors and it makes you look fat and then it makes you look small and then you have to like walk through this spinning thing. It's just like a fun carnival house. But they said, apparently people thought that one of the bodies in there that was just like hanging like a, funny body, apparently it was real and it actually, did it actually end up proven real?
Realizing they were interacting with actual human remains.
What?
The carnival workers positioned and repainted the prop regularly, believing it to be just another spooky decoration. It was also known that children were surprised by how realistic it looked, unaware they were viewing a genuine corpse. The truth behind this legend is the case of Elmer McCurdy, an unsuccessful train robber killed in a 1911 shootout with police in Oklahoma. After his death, no one claimed his body, so a funeral director embalmed it with arsenic and displayed it for paying customers. The body was later sold to various traveling carnivals and haunted houses. McCurdy's mummified remains eventually ended up at the New Pike Amusement Park in
Did these people know?
Long Beach, California.
Long Beach, California? Did these people know that it was a real body or did they think it was a fake body and that's why they put it in a kid's attraction?
And in December 1976, during filming of The $6 Million Man, a crew member moved the mannequin, causing its arm to break off, revealing human bone. Medical examiners confirmed it was a real human body. Investigations revealed the body had been painted multiple times with phosphorus paint and decorated as various props throughout.
Can you imagine you go to a carnival, you're just having fun with like a bunch of little kids having fun, and there's a freaking real body that's dressed up as what?
McCurdy's corpse had traveled across America as a carnival attraction for 65 years before being discovered. He was finally buried in Summit View Cemetery in Oklahoma.
Was he buried with all like the carnival nose and the clown nose and the paint all over him? That would be, bro, that's a crazy conspiracy theory proved true.
1977.
All right, let's see the next
Bunny
one.
Man.
This is gonna be fire.
In Fairfax County,
The Bunny Man? Oh God, I'm creeped out.
Virginia lies the Colchester Overpass, also known as the Bunny Man Bridge. According to the legend, in 1904, there was a transfer of patients from an asylum. Their bus crashed, and all patients except one were recaptured. Soon after, dead bunnies started appearing around the area, many of which were hanged on the Fairfax Station Bridge.
What?
The first documented encounter with the Bunny Man occurred on October 19, 1970, when U.S. Air Force Academy cadet Bob Bennett and his fiancée were parked in their car near the bridge. According to Bob, they were sitting in their car when they observed something moving in the darkness. Suddenly, a figure appeared in a white rabbit costume.
Hell no, dude, that's creepy as hell.
With long rabbit ears. The man approached their car and yelled at them for trespassing before throwing an axe that shattered the passenger side window. However, Bennett's fiancée did not agree with his description, saying that he did not have a bunny suit on and that it looked more like long, pointy headwear. Just 10 days later, on October 29, 1970, construction security guard Paul Phillips described a similar incident. He saw a man in a rabbit suit standing on the porch of an unfinished home in Kings Park West. The figure was holding an axe and chopping at the porch of the house, yelling about trespassers. When the man noticed Phillips, he said that he was trespassing and that if he came any closer, he would chop off his head.
What's wrong with this bunny man, bro? Is this a real bunny that like went rogue and ate the wrong plant, or is it somebody in a weird costume? What do y'all think?
After that, Paul fled the scene. Following these events, around 50 people reported that they had seen the Bunny Man, and both cases were thoroughly investigated by local law enforcement. The reports are still kept in Fairfax County records, but they did not lead to anything. While the original Bunny Man didn't get caught, his influence remains, and the Colchester Overpass has stayed intact since that time.
Dude, I want to go there, but dude, if I saw the Bunny Man, oh, I'm killing him. Yo, that's creepy.
Green Man.
The Green Man,
also known locally as Charlie No Face, was a man named Raymond Robinson who walked the empty roads of Beaver County, Pennsylvania at night. The Green Man's face was deformed from a tragic accident in 1919 when Raymond Robinson, at 8 years old, was seriously injured while attempting to examine a bird's nest on the Murado Bridge near Beaver Falls. While climbing the bridge, Robinson touched a power line carrying 22,000 volts of electricity. The accident was documented in local newspapers, which reported that young Raymond had been severely disfigured and lost his eyes, nose, and right arm.
Wait, he had no nose and no eyes? How is he even breathing or seeing? No wonder he's walking in the middle of the night, in the middle of the road. He doesn't know where the hell he's going.
Transformed Robinson from a tragic accident victim into a living legend was his habit of taking long walks at night along State Route 351 between.
This dude would walk on the highway? Okay, yeah, something's wrong with him. Somebody needs to find out, like, somebody needs to get him a caretaker or something, bro. He can't even see where he's going. This dude memorized the route of the highway in his brain.
And New Galilee. Unable to work traditional jobs due to his injuries, Robinson spent his days crafting leather wallets and belts at his family's home. He would go on solitary walks along the rural road at night when there wouldn't be people outside because he didn't wish to scare others.
Oh, that's actually kind of sad. He wanted to walk at night because if he walked during the day, everyone would be looking at him. Oh, I feel bad for this guy, bro. He was just a little kid.
However, his choice made it a scarier experience for residents of Beaver County who drove along Route 351 at night. They would frequently spot Robinson walking along the road, his injured face sometimes appearing to glow green in their headlights, hence the nickname Green Man.
Wow.
What makes Robinson's story particularly compelling is the way it transformed from documented fact into regional folklore. While many who encountered him at night were frightened, those who took the time to speak with Robinson found him to be friendly and intelligent. He would often stop to chat with curious teenagers who sought him out, and some locals would offer him cigarettes or beer. Interactions
Why would you give him a
confirmed by multiple independent accounts and newspaper interviews. Robinson continued his nighttime walks until his death in 1985.
Wow,
the dead
shout
body
out
under
to
the
him.
mattress. There have been urban legends about dead bodies under mattresses throughout all of history. What makes this particular urban legend so terrifying isn't just its dreadful nature. It's the fact that it has proven true multiple times across different decades and locations.
Did that just say
dreadful nature?
Hold on. Hotel guests in Mexico slept with a dead body under their bed for at least a week. These people were in this hotel. They probably got in and they were like, oh, this hotel room smells a little weird. I should have probably spent a bit more money on this room, but oh well. Maybe the last person just had a lot of McDonald's or something.
The fact that it has proved
Turns out it was a dead body under the
been true multiple times across different decades and locations, and the reality has matched the legend with extreme accuracy.
Wait, so there's a conspiracy theory that there's a bunch of dead bodies under the beds? I'm literally gonna be in a hotel tonight. I'm going away for a little vacation. I'm gonna be in a hotel tonight. I'm checking under the bed. I don't care.
The notorious verified case occurred in 1999 at the Ocean View Motel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Guests had complained for days about a pervasive, sickening odor in room 112. The smell was dismissed as everything from a dead rat to a backed-up sewage system.
Bro, how did they not have any like housekeepers? Because whenever I go to hotels, bro, I'm like sleeping and I hear boom, 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 housekeeping, get out. It's 11. And I'm like, damn, bro. You really want to clean this room so damn bad, bro? You're not gonna let me sleep? They wake me up every damn time. So how did the housekeeper not find the dead body under the
Multiple guests checked in and out of the room, each complaining about the stench, each sleeping unknowingly above a corpse. When housekeeping finally investigated thoroughly, they discovered the decomposing body of Saul Hernandez.
How did it even get there? Like, did he check out a room and then like just never checked out? Like,
carefully concealed inside the box spring of the bed. The verification of this urban legend led to changes in hotel protocols across the country. Many establishments now require more thorough room inspections, including checking under mattresses and inside box springs. Some hotels have even switched to platform beds or sealed mattress units to prevent their use as hiding places. People in the walls.
okay.
The notion of someone secretly watching within the walls has long held a place in many urban legends, and as it turns out, this particular horror story idea has a basis in documented reality that makes it all the more disturbing.
Wait, people are hiding in the walls? What the? That would be crazy if there was like a little crack in your wall and somebody was just like putting their eye through it. What? I gotta hear about that.
A case that resembles the urban legends occurred in 1986 in Pepperell, Massachusetts, where a man named Daniel LaPlante was discovered
he already looks creepy.
to have been secretly living within the walls of a family's home for an extended period. LaPlante, a convicted criminal, had accessed the house through a small crawl space and started living there for a while, emerging when the family was away to eat their food, move their belongings, and even watch them.
I was just about to say, how did he even eat food and stuff? Whenever they would go to sleep, he would go eat their food. Can you imagine waking up and you're like, oh, I'm pretty hungry. Let me go downstairs. You go downstairs and there's just a grown man eating your food, bro. He's getting knocked out. I don't care.
Holes he had drilled. Something similar happened in 2008 in Japan. A homeless woman was found living in a man's closet for over a year. She had snuck in through a tiny crack.
Where do they go pee and poop?
Crack in the closet and remained hidden, only coming out when the homeowner was away. Le Loyon
Huh?
The urban legend of Le Loyon was extensively covered by Swiss media, particularly by Le Matin newspaper in 2013. Unlike many folklore figures, this mysterious person was photographed multiple times, with verifiable sightings by local residents spanning a decade in the mall.
So this is basically like Bigfoot, but it's in Switzerland. Because I think in the USA, people say like Bigfoot is like the creepy thing in the forest that people have seen, but they can't really like. I don't know if I believe in Bigfoot. Maybe it's true. But this is a Switzerland one. La Loyon. What the hell? Who named that?
Region of Switzerland. Le Loyon was first documented around 2003 when residents began reporting encounters with a tall figure in the woods. What distinguished these sightings from typical urban legends was their consistency. The person always wore the same outfit, a vintage military gas mask and a thick camouflage coat. A local photographer was able to get a photograph of Le Loyon, which marked a significant
Bro, that looks like a damn pecan, bro. That looks like a nut. What the hell?
step forward in documenting his presence. This photograph, which appeared in Swiss publications, showed exactly what witnesses had described. A person dressed in military uniform traveling alone through the forest paths. The
I don't believe
photographs
this.
served to prove that this wasn't just local talk, but a real person. The most concrete proof came in September 2013, when Le Loyon's entire costume was deliberately left in the woods. The note that was found, which was published in part by Swiss media, mentioned the recent increased attention they had received. Local police confirmed the discovery of the artifacts and note, making this one of the rare masked figure stories supported by physical evidence and official paperwork.
So the person who was behind this just like left their stuff one day and left a little note saying, "Oh, I'm getting too popular, so I'm leaving." That's
Cropsy.
stupid.
The Cropsy
Cropsy?
legend was about a deranged individual who would wander Staten Island's Willowbrook Mental Institution grounds after dark in the
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, that's creepy. There was a guy who would walk around at night at this mental institution. Why would you even walk near the mental institution, bro? That is creepy. I don't like mental hospitals or insane asylums and stuff. I think that stuff's weird. Like, these people are tweaking. Like, I do not want to be around them.
1970s and 1980s. Cropsy was attributed to the disappearances of many children in the area. Many of the legends describe Cropsy as an escaped mental patient. He was most often described either wielding a bloody axe or with a hook for a hand. In reality, Cropsy was found to be Andre Rand, a former Willowbrook orderly who would become one of Staten Island's most notorious criminals. Rand worked at the institution during its most notorious period, a time when patients were subjected to extreme neglect and abuse. After the institution's closure, he continued to haunt the periphery of the community, becoming a real-life embodiment of the Cropsy legend.
way.
Rand was convicted of kidnapping multiple young girls, with suspicions of involvement in numerous disappearances. His actual crimes mirrored the urban legend almost precisely, targeting vulnerable young women, operating around institutional grounds.
Bro, he used to pull up near the mental institution and then kidnap a bunch of little kids that were like, you know, had ADHD or something.
The first confirmed kidnapping attributed to Rand was that of Jennifer Schweiger in 1987. She was a 12-year-old girl with Down syndrome.
Aww.
Exactly the type of vulnerable victim the Cropsy legend had described. Rand had a total of 5 notable alleged victims, and in 1988, he was sentenced to 25 years in
Bro, 25 years in prison for kidnapping a Down syndrome girl and then 5 other people. Bro, you should get 100 just for kidnapping a Down syndrome girl. You're literally taking advantage of this girl who she's probably so sweet, bro. Every single Down syndrome person I ever met, but they're just like, like they're always just so happy. Why would he do?
prison. Toxic lady.
Toxic
According to the
lady?
Toxic Lady legend, a mysterious woman arrived at a California hospital in the 1990s, and when medical staff drew her blood, toxic fumes caused hospital workers to collapse. As the tale spread, it grew more dramatic. Some versions claimed her body melted through floors, and her presence caused equipment malfunctions.
That's a ghost, bro. Her body melting through floors, that's gotta be some type of spirit or something, bro.
The legend describes hazmat teams quarantining hospital wings and staff falling ill from merely being near the woman.
Bro, I mean, I've been around a few people who, when I was around them, I started to feel sick too. Because where I went to school, bro, there was a couple people that just never took a shower, never brushed their teeth. I'm sure you guys know those people. But like passing out because you're just around someone, this has gotta be.
Stories tell of her skin's oily sheen,
stinky.
highly acidic blood, and strange odors that induced unconsciousness. The tale typically ends with her death and body being sealed in special containment. The truth behind this legend is the case of Gloria Ramirez.
What? This lady don't look like she stinks. This looks like the lady that gave me my food yesterday.
In 1994, she arrived at Riverside General Hospital with advanced cervical cancer and heart problems. Medical staff noticed an oily sheen on her skin, and after drawing her blood, which had an ammonia-like smell,
What the hell? That looks like pee, bro.
Hospital workers began experiencing nausea, breathing problems, and muscle spasms. 23 people fell ill, 5 needing hospitalization, with 1 worker requiring intubation. The emergency room was evacuated and decontaminated by a hazmat team.
Can you, bro, imagine you go to the hospital and then after you walk in, they need a whole hazmat team to clean up after you. You gotta be the stinkiest.
Ramirez died from kidney failure shortly after arrival.
Hey, rest in peace to this lady. I don't feel like, I feel bad for, you know, laughing, but I'm just saying, like, what if somebody stunk that bad? You know what I mean? Shout out to this lady. I bet she was awesome.
Scientists believe this occurred because Ramirez used DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, for pain relief. Her organ failure may have converted it to DMSO2, then DMSO4, a toxic compound that caused the staff's symptoms.
What? This lady's body was multiplying?
While lacking supernatural elements like melting floors, the real events were strange enough to inspire numerous urban legends.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I know a ton of people who smell like absolute crap. Let me know if y'all know some people who literally make you pass out after you're around them.